Today is 14th February 2021 on Valentine's Day, and I have decided to stay indoors today and make this video because I can't go out. It's raining. I don't have a date. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. If you have, click on the notification bell so you can get notified every time I upload. Anywho, today I have decided to give you a list of some of my favorite wildlife attractions in Kenya. So basically, each attraction on this list has its own wildlife uniqueness, and that's why it made itself on the list. And I'm going to start with Nairobi National Park. Nairobi National Park is the oldest national park in Kenya, gazetted in 1946, which makes it the oldest. And also it's the only national park in the world that is within a capital city. So basically, if you're in traffic in Nairobi, you could easily find yourself in Nairobi National Park. What I love most about Nairobi National Park, apart from its proximity to Nairobi, is that it has an abundance of wildlife that you can get to experience there. And not only that, Nairobi National Park houses David Shedrick Wildlife Trust, which is an animal orphanage of elephants, especially baby elephants and baby rhinos, who have been orphaned through poaching or any other factors. And what they do is that they nurse these baby elephants or these calves back to health, and by the time they're old enough to fend for themselves, they're taken back to the national parks, which I think is a really good initiative. So you could easily say the Nairobi National Park has the big 5 species of animals: the elephant, lion, leopard, rhino, and buffalo. Also, Nairobi National Park is one of the smallest national parks in Kenya. Maasai Mara National Reserve is located in Narok, Kenya, and it's owned by the community, the Maasai people in Narok County. I love the idea that it's managed by the local community, because the local community will end up protecting the park as much as they can from either poaching or human-wildlife conflicts, because they really depend on the tourism that this park brings for them. So in turn, they will definitely find a way to protect it and be able to get a livelihood from that, either through tour guiding, through security. I think the involvement of the local community in managing Maasai Mara is one of the factors that make it a really good national reserve. Maasai Mara is rich in wildlife, and this is one of those reserves or parks that I would recommend to anyone to visit if they want a really good broad wildlife experience. If you have a bit more of money to spend, you could do hot air ballooning and experience wildlife from above. Also, another cool fact I learned is that, you know, Hell's Gate National Park in Naivasha, it has a very big population of vultures, scavengers. And since Maasai Mara, which is about 200 kilometers away from Hell's Gate National Park, has a lot of game action, so there's so much of carcasses in Maasai Mara lying around. And so vultures leave Hell's Gate in Naivasha, they fly all the way to Maasai Mara in the mid-morning, scavenge, and then come back in the late afternoon. And how they do it, when the sun is too hot, hot air rises. So what they do, they start flying. When they are a certain altitude, they just cruise and soar. There's a way their body works where they don't really have to flap their wings. They can easily ride the hot air up to Maasai Mara, scavenge, and then do the same thing with the hot afternoon weather. I wish I could mount a camera on one of the vultures before they go and then we can kind of see the whole flight all the way to Maasai Mara, scavenging and back. I don't know if that is possible. I don't know if the Kenya Wildlife Service would allow us to do that, but Kisite Mpunguti is located at the southern coast of Kenya, near the Tanzanian border, which is close to Wasini Island, where you get to go on a dolphin watching expedition and snorkel at the coral reef, where you get to see a lot of marine life. That is the best shade of blue water I have ever seen. Lewa Wildlife Conservancy. Lewa Wildlife Conservancy is located in Isiolo, the northern part of Kenya. Lewa Conservancy is home to a variety of wildlife species, and it's home to the endangered species of wildlife like the black and white rhino, the gravy zebra, which I think is the prettiest of all the zebras in terms of species. During my last visit in Lewa Conservancy, I was able to see a lion hunting down a gravy zebra, and well, Amboseli National Park. Amboseli National Park is located in Oloitoktok, Kajiado County, which is right next to the border of Kenya to Tanzania. And what I find unique about Amboseli is the huge population of elephants. I believe Amboseli National Park is the park in Kenya that has the biggest population of elephants. I don't know why they didn't call it the elephants in the room. Also, another cool fact about Amboseli is that it has the best view of Mount Kilimanjaro. That information is irrelevant. Pejeta Conservancy. Now, Pejeta Conservancy is found in Nanyuki in the central part of Kenya, and the uniqueness of Pejeta is that it's home to the last remaining 2 northern white rhinos in the world. My first visit to Pejeta was in 2016, and I remember I met Sudan, who was the last male northern white rhino in the world, and Sudan died in 2018, I believe, March 2018, and now we don't have any male left. Pejeta was able to harvest sperms from Sudan before he died, so they've been stored somewhere in a lab, and my last visit in Pejeta was to get the embryos, or to harvest embryos from the last 2 remaining female northern white rhinos, Fatu and Najin. So the mother is too old and her eggs are not too viable, but then the younger rhino, her uterus is not too good, but her eggs are a bit viable. So the viable eggs and the sperms of Sudan and also another male that died a few years ago that were also harvested, they will be taken to a lab, and then they will use a surrogate southern white female to carry the pregnancy, and hopefully the northern white species will not go extinct. So I believe a trip to Pejeta is very important because it will help you appreciate wildlife even more, because you could easily see a species going extinct. Also, another thing, Pejeta has a good population of chimpanzees, and the last time I was there I was not able to see them because of COVID. Chimpanzees are very close to humans in terms of DNA, so they can easily get COVID, so I was not able to interact with them. Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy. Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy is also in Nanyuki and has the best view of Mount Kenya in my opinion. I took that time lapse at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and it was very cold, but it was very worth it. But what makes Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy unique from a wildlife perspective is that they have the mountain bongo, which is one of the rarest forest antelopes in the world. They are very shy and very endangered. We have about 100 of them left in Kenya, and the Conservancy is trying so hard to bring them back and increase their numbers or their population, which I think is really good because they also look really cute and nice. Let me look at that animal. And apart from the bongo, the Mount Kenya Wildlife Conservancy is home to the blonde zebra or the brown zebra. Some people call it the albino zebra, which is brown and white instead of black and white. The Conservancy also has an orphanage where you can get to interact with wildlife up close. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, like it, and maybe I'll do a part 2. In the meantime, you can comment and tell me which attraction you liked most, and also remember to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so that you can get to know when I'm uploading. I don't know if it's here or here. Yeah, kwaheri.